right, guys, welcome to my Chow line. I'm with Bob Deevy, Navy veteran, cooking enthusiast, eating enthusiast, drinking enthusiast.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me here and sharing your wine, sharing your food. We had some great lamb chops.
Well, thank you for sharing this with myself and other veterans. Really appreciate it. Something that needs to be done.
Yep. And I know that when you were preparing for this and you said you had a bunch of stuff, you found some stuff, and it was like bringing up a bunch of memories that you'd almost forgotten.
I haven't looked at this in 20 years. I went digging in suitcases up in the attic, just looking for stuff that I might have, and it all surprised me.
Yeah. So go ahead and share with everyone how you got started, when you joined the Navy, when.
In 1968, I was in junior college, hadn't done well in high school, and of course Vietnam was going on. And I went over to a recruiting office. I think I stopped at the Air Force first. They looked at me and said, "Get out of here. Go back. Stay in school. Get out." They kicked me out. I went next door, and there was a Army, Navy recruiting section. Looked left, it was Army. Looked right, it was Navy. I was right-handed. I walked into the Navy. They promised me UDT and SEALs in San Diego. Of course, I ended up in Great Lakes a few weeks later.
The promises of the recruiter.
I'm just saying.
Well, I didn't realize that even back then, because up until even they were interviewing some of the guys, SEALs weren't like widely
There was no
recruited.
There was no mentions of SEALs.
Right.
It was UDT.
UDT.
And I think that was only because I mentioned during an interview I was interested in scuba diving. And I said, "Oh, we've got something called UDT." I said, "Oh, yeah, I like that. What's that?"
Yeah, because I even up until like I think the late '80s, SEALs were not even talked about.
There was no mention of SEALs.
Yes.
No mention.
No recruiting.
No. It was nothing like that. What they said was, "Okay, we're going to put you into UDT, send you to San Diego," and they said, "This is when you're going to go." Well, when it came time to go, they said, "You're going to Great Lakes." I said, "No, it's San Diego." And they go, "Shut up. You're going to Great Lakes."
So the big green weenie or the big blue weenie of the Navy got you.
It did. Not so bad, but they got me.
Yeah.
So I ended up after Great Lakes, going to San Diego and being assigned to ship's company on the Oriskany in ordnance.
Oriskany. Now, what kind of
Aircraft carrier.
Aircraft carrier?
Supporting the air wings in Vietnam. So I joined in.
How big? Well, how big of the? Just so people understand, the Oriskany. What size?
It was a
what
small,
class? What class of aircraft carrier?
It was CVS. I don't even remember. 34. It was a small carrier.
Small carrier. Okay.
It was small. And what I remember was, as a ship's company, of course, we were below decks. I was not assigned to the flight deck at that time. So it was just manufacturing bombs for the air wings.
Okay. And what year was this again that you guessed it?
It would have been about 69 to 70.
69 to 70. Okay.
Yeah. It was interesting though.
And so this was Vietnam era still, toward the end of the war.
It was, well, I don't know if it was towards the end of the war because you lose track of time.
Yeah.
All I remember is I came out of boot camp, went to San Diego, took a cruise 7 days to Hawaii, and then on to Vietnam. That's where the next 9 months were.
Okay. And so your job or specialty was building bombs.
building bombs for the air wing. What we would do is below decks, we'd build up the bombs per the orders of whatever the air wing needed. We'd get them up to the flight deck. This is an example of one of the build orders that we would do, telling us what type of bombs to build, how many we had to build, what time we had to have them to the flight deck, and of course, anything special that they had to do. And here you could see they were doing Mark 82s, and what else? It appears that's
Mark
what we
36.
built. Mark 36s. And that was basically 250 to 500 pound bombs, depending on what type of fuses they wanted. And
Okay.
that was basically
And this is
it.
dated 8 October 1969. Wow.
Correct.
Wow.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Long days.
Long days.
We were working 12 hours on, 12 hours off, sharing bunks,
Were y'all hot bunking?
hot bunking. And at the time, it was kind of funny because, as I recall, we only had the canvas slung bunks.
Really?
Yeah, it was interesting.
The canvas slung bunks, because
Yeah.
even the Yorktown had spring bunks.
No, never had a spring bunk. Never,
You never had one?
never had one. It was always canvas slung.
Wow.
So, but now the Oriskany, I don't know exactly where she is, but I know she's a reef. I believe it's off the coast of Florida, but I'm not positive.
Okay. All right. So that was 69, going into 1970.
70. Came off of the Oriskany, went to an A school for ordnance, and then getting reassigned to the Air Group VF 154 out of San Diego, and we eventually deployed onto the Ranger for
Okay.
another tour in Vietnam.
And that was 70, 71.
I believe so. That would have been
And then you have the yearbook for the
the
tour.
yearbook.
or the
Yeah,
tour.
that's why I'm looking.
The high school yearbook.
The high school yearbook. I
Yeah.
need the date. I need the dates. It tells me I was there. Cruise. It was 70 to 71.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
It's good to have that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
it is,
to
because
help
that was a
with it.
long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. You've slept since then.
Yeah. So.
And you've had a few glasses of wine since then.
No. Deny alibi.
All right. So you've got some pictures and stuff here of some things that happened while you were deployed and your time in the Navy. So kind of take us through some of these pictures a little bit and kind of...
Interestingly enough, being on the flight deck, of course, there's mishaps.
So you weren't on the flight deck on the Oriskany. You were only on the flight deck of the Ranger.
Correct.
Correct. Okay.
On the Oriskany, I was ship's company.
Ship's company.
On
What does that mean for those?
I was
that aren't-
assigned to the ship.
Okay.
Right. That's why, as I explained, I was, as we saw earlier in some of the paperwork, it was called G Company. I worked below decks preparing the bombs for the air crews. We'd make the bombs for that order that we showed earlier.
Mm-hmm.
We'd ship them up an elevator to the flight deck. The air crews would accept the weapons, load the airplanes.
Okay.
Okay.
So the people that are loading, the people that accept the weapons, are part of the air wing.
They are part of the air wing. Correct.
So the air wings could rotate off the ship, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So ship's company means you stay with the ship no matter what. You're assigned to the ship.
You're assigned to the ship.
If you're assigned to an air wing, you could be assigned to a different carrier depending on what that air wing's being assigned to a
Correct.
carrier. Okay. Just so I'm trying to make sure that everybody else who's not Navy understands exactly what's going on.
Right. I was not part of the ship. I was the air wing, which was
yeah.
transit.
Right. So being part of the Ranger, you were on the flight deck, so you were part of the air wing. All right. So walk us through some of the stuff that you got here.
Well, example was somebody that had a problem making a landing. He was a little bit short, caught his landing gear, ended up crashing on the flight deck. His hook caught, he didn't go over.
And what kind of aircraft is that?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay.
I should.
I'll know. I'll probably look it up later
should.
to make sure. I should know
I
too.
should.
Be an aircraft mechanic. I should know this.
I'm just saying, I should. I don't.
Yeah. I know
Okay.
this one.
My Phantom. Well, I was assigned to VF 154, a Phantom outfit out of
Okay.
San Diego. And this is the air wing that I was assigned to. I don't know what to say. It's not like what they have today.
No.
It is.
Fast.
I had the opportunity to fly off the flight deck in this plane, not this plane, but a plane. They put me through ejection school, and of course the air wing, not the air wing, my company allowed me to go off once, and they treated me to a scary flight where all they wanted to do was get you sick.
Make you puke.
And
then make you clean it up.
He didn't care. He just wanted to make me sick. But yeah, you had to go through the ejection class to be able to go off. It was a good time. Good time. Again, with this poor individual, when a couple of pictures that he lost the undercarriage.
Mm-hmm.
But there was no problem. He did not eject, and he stayed with the plane. And of course, he caught the hook and stayed on the carrier.
All right. And so you had some other pictures. So this is the Ranger, correct? 34?
Yes.
34 is the Ranger. And then you had this picture. This is 34. That's the Ranger as well.
Correct.
Okay. So you don't have any pictures here of
Oriskany?
Oriskany.
No, unfortunately not.
Because you got more time above.
I was, yeah. Well, I got to know different people at that time.
You got to know some people who actually get you out there where you get a better picture.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think you had one picture here from one of your liberties into.
Be careful.
Oh, you might have put it away. You might not have wanted that to be seen. The one from
Which?
where you're going into Hong Kong, I think it was.
Oh.
Where you were seeing the ship from the side, first time seeing the ship from outside. I think you put it over there, maybe.
Nope.
No.
Oh, nope, I don't have it. Hang on, I'm looking.
that one. That's the Oriskany.
Here, this is what we were hiding, just friends.
Just friends. Yeah, that's it had nothing to do with that right there. The Pussycat Club or the Playboy Club or any of that kind of stuff in Hong Kong. It had nothing to do with that.
Just friends.
Just friends, right there. Okay, all right. So, and so was this the Ranger, the Oriskany, or is that the Ranger?
That's the Ranger.
That's the Ranger as well.
That's the Ranger.
So you don't have any pictures of the Oriskany.
I don't.
Because that was
Here, this is the Oriskany.
okay. So I don't know how well you can see that one. That's the Oriskany. So difference in size.
It was one of the smallest carriers that they had in the fleet.
Yeah. So you can tell just by the deck that it was. Yeah.
The aircraft that we had. See, I don't even know what aircraft we had on the Oriskany because I wasn't above decks.
Yeah.
The Phantom was on the Ranger, which was their primary aircraft. We had two different air groups. It was VF 154. There was somebody else that I really don't recall.
And they would have had cargo or even AWACS type aircraft as well.
We had those, yes. We had those other supplemental aircraft, but when you're up there, you really don't care other than your own group.
Right.
And that was it.
So, of your time, what was the most biggest impact of being deployed, being over there for Vietnam? What was the biggest thing that you remember?
The biggest thing I remember is learning a work ethic. Mm-hmm. We were working 12 on and 12 off. and you had a job to do, and as you saw the order, you just learned to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't question it. I think the longest time we were out at sea, maybe 30 to 40 days.
Before going to port.
Yeah, before going into port. 40 days was a long time. I think that only happened once. We got involved in one of the campaigns, I can't remember exactly what it was, in the early 70s, that kept the air wings going for about 36 hours.
Oh, wow.
When we first got on station. That was probably the longest work time that we had. But it was constant, 12 on, 12 off. And you don't think about it. You don't know what day of the week it is. You don't care. You've got nowhere to go, nothing to do. The only thing you care about, what's in the ship's store. Mm-hmm. What can you get? And like I've recently learned from watching YouTube and all these other little programs on the internet, you got machines, you got all this stuff available to you. Well, we didn't have anything. When the ship store ran out of whatever it had, it was gone, and that was it. When the ship supplies went dry, everything was powdered. That was it. And I laughed, and I saw something about Coke machines and this and that, and I go, there was nothing automated about that Navy, the pirate Navy.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't have it. We had canvas slung bunks. That was on the Oriskany. I had a canvas slung bunk.
Those probably weren't even nuclear powered either, were they? Probably big diesels.
But the first time I had anything under my bunk was on the Ranger, where you lift your rack and you got your little compartment under there, and then you had a side locker. That was great. I don't remember on the Oriskany. I don't remember having a side locker. I may have. I don't remember it. I mean, it was whatever I had was underneath that bunk, and I was hot racking it with everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, the Oriskany, we were on and off. That was it.
So the hot racking, for those who don't know, hot racking is where more than one person shares the bunk.
Yeah.
So basically, hopefully he didn't piss the bed.
I don't remember that being an issue.
Or at least hopefully he didn't crap the bed.
No, I just remember all you do is you come in and you put your sack over the mattress, and that was it. I don't ever remember it being a problem. Mm-hmm. And on the Ranger, I had a rack. When I was part of the air wing, I had a rack. It was a mattress on a hard cover flop top.
What rank were you then?
E3 going into E4.
Okay.
Right. And it wouldn't have made any difference what my rank was. E3, E4, you got the same thing. But it wasn't bad. I had a rack. I was able to put a couple of personal pictures up on the side of the bunk. Get you through the day. Mm-hmm. And, God, you're making memories come back.
Oh, yeah?
I remember when the ships on the Oriskany, I remember now, ship store sold out of everything. And of course, I was assigned to the top bunk in my cabin. Went to the ship store. The only thing they had was cherry tobacco and a pipe. I bought it. I didn't smoke. Went back to my rack. Packed that pipe. Because we could smoke in the compartment. Hit that pipe a couple of times. And headed to the flight deck. Or to the nearest elevators. So I could heave my guts. I just remember taking whatever it cost me to buy that tobacco and pipe and throwing it over the side. I was so sick.
Oh, wow.
So sick.
So that tells me you weren't a smoker then.
I was not a smoker, but I thought I wanted the cherry tobacco smells.
Well, cherry tobacco does
it
smell.
Smelled good.
The pipe tobacco smells great, doesn't it?
I thought it was a good idea, right? Tried it, sitting in that top bunk, going back and forth about three times. About three times, and I ran up, and everything went over to the side into the Tonkin. That was it. It went.
Oh, man. So, one of the things you pulled out was this Blue Jackets manual. Now, 17th edition. I'm sure there's probably
1968.
So explain to me what the Blue Jackets manual is.
You go into boot camp. This is what they give you. Learn it.
Okay.
No different than them. Army, Marines, right? This is what your boot camp is going to be all about. I was surprised that I still had this. Obviously, it's still in pretty good shape,
You didn't break it open too often.
which might explain why I only got to E4.
E4 Mafia. I guess what we
You
call
know,
it now.
it's kind of funny. If you look through here and you look at the aircraft, you look at some of the technology that they've got, I don't know what to think. It's the best that they had at the time. It kept you alive. A lot of it pertains to what they're doing today. So it hasn't changed.
It's got all kinds of stuff in there.
Makes and models change, but the theory stays the same.
Got all kinds of knots and stuff in there too. Teach you how to tie knots.
I don't know about that.
I saw some in there.
Yeah, but that didn't involve me.
It
I
showed
built
you how to
bombs.
make-
I built bombs. I didn't tie
Yeah, but
knots.
even there's a thing in here too. I saw it survival.
Is that social? Are you making a social statement with the knots or what?
Well,
I'm just saying.
I was in Boy Scouts, so knots were a thing for me.
Wasn't exactly where I was going, but okay.
Yeah, but there was one here. I saw it during in the survival ones where they showed you how to. Okay, I was thinking they were showing you how to do take your pants and make a life jacket out of it.
Yes, you do. You tie the legs off,
Yeah,
throw
splash
it
the
over
water.
your head. Yeah. I remember.
I was thinking of like, well, that's stuff we learned in Boy Scouts. I was wondering
Stop
maybe. That's pretty cool though. You still got that. Okay, so
All right.
So one of the things too is different than back during that time. We didn't have internet. We didn't have Zoom calls or that kind of stuff. So how did the families know what was going on? I mean, like right now, most ships, units have Facebook pages now where you can keep up with what the unit's doing and all that kind of stuff. They scrub everything, of course.
Did you have that?
You have it right here. It was
What happened was the ships would come out with I don't have it. All right. The ships would come out with a program that they would.
You moved it.
The ships would come out with a program, and we would send them home to our families. And of course, it would be a listing of what the ship was doing, the ship's movements during the course of the tour.
It was the Instagram before Instagram.
It was the Instagram before Instagram. Wait a second. Similar.
Okay. No, this is it.
That's what I said. Similar.
Okay. So the ship would send this out.
You'd address it and send it home to your family, and what that would do is allow them to be aware of what you were doing.
It was called the Familygram.
Yeah.
And it had a few pictures.
It'd have pictures and information about the assignments of what we were doing.
And a note from the captain of the ship.
As friendly as he was.
His friend.
Just saying.
This is Oriskany, so.
Hey, he was a good guy, I guess. We never shared drinks, but
Well, I mean, you were not of the right rank to be sharing drinks with him.
did rank have something to do with being friends?
Yes.
Oh.
In the Navy, it does.
Okay.
In most military branches, it does.
Well, then, these would be my friends.
Those would be your friends?
Those would be my friends on the Ranger.
That was the Ranger?
I don't know.
You don't know. You don't remember.
But they were my friends.
You said this was your first Liberty, though.
It was.
69.
5/8/69. With names, but don't show them.
Oh, I'm not going to show him. What is
What's it say? Yeah,
what
what's it say? This is the start of a night in Olongapo. We were in the Philippines.
Oh.
You don't want to know.
You don't want to know how it ended.
That's what I sent my parents.
In the Navy.
Yeah, that's what I sent my parents.
That's what you sent your parents.
That's what I sent home to my parents at the time.
Oh, man.
First
You were
night,
so young then. What happened?
your interview.
My interview happened? Okay.
Yeah.
No.
That's so 69, 19.
19?
19. First Liberty, after hearing about cattle cars and just things you can't imagine. And it's...
And you had fun?
Yeah. I liked it. The military was good.
Even with some of the bad... what some people refer to the military as sometimes the best of times, worst of times.
Can't remember the worst of times? Since you and I have become acquainted and I've started thinking about the military, I don't think about bad times.
Mm-hmm. Well, most people don't.
I only remember the good times. I enjoyed it. At times I questioned, not staying in longer. It would have been nice. I went in at 18, could have had a good career, come out and started something else. Chose a different path. Happy with that. But looking back now and receiving some of the benefits that I received through the VA, it was really a good time. Well worth it. Learned a good work ethic. If nothing else, it was I went in rough, not being the greatest of high school students, but they taught me a work ethic that continued on.
Well, sometimes that's what most people need. But so, all right. So this these familygrams would go out and would kind of tell what's going on. It would tell people who's recently reenlisted. Just showing a little snapshot for the families to know what their sailor's going through. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, there were no computers at the time.
No.
I mean, there's nothing like what they have now.
Rotary phones only.
Yeah. Roll up windows in cars.
Roll up windows in cars. And that sea looks a little rough.
I can guess that we had a plane go over the side. We had an accident. One of the plane, our mail plane, and I wish I could remember. I want to say it was the A3, but I can't remember. Not an A3. I can't remember what it was.
One of the prop.
The two prop jobbers went over the side. Catapult mishap, and we ended up launching the boats. And I happened to be on one of the catwalks, just shooting pictures. Here we go. No, I'm sorry. It was the first man overboard. So we had a man overboard.
Oh, wow. Did it happen often?
No, it did not. Anyway, it didn't happen often. I think out of both cruises, it happened once. That's what that was. But I was on one of the catwalks with my camera at the time, and they, I got it. Just as where's the picture of the plane going over the side?
This one?
Yeah. I just happened to be on a catwalk when we had a Russian trawler that stayed in front of the aircraft carrier, interrupting air operations. And it was a pretty regular occurrence. And I think I got a couple of pictures of what they would do is, as we were steaming along, if it was during landing, they'd get in front of us. And here we had a tanker come in. And as he was landing, he hit the hook. Or I'm sorry, he caught the wire, but the boat was turning to evade the trawler. And of course he went over the side, but he's still hanging onto the hook here. And they brought all the cranes in to bring the aircraft back.
So he caught the wire, but he was going off the side.
He caught the wire, but the ship was turning.
To avoid hitting
to avoid the collision. And of course, that's what happened.
Was that a common problem?
It was. It was.
Them doing that kind of those maneuvers in front of y'all?
Usually this was the only time we lost a plane, but they were always in front of us. It was a small trawler that just followed us around.
How far away was he when he was doing that kind of stuff?
Can't recall, but it wasn't that far.
You could see him.
You could see him. I mean, he was in front of us, and it was a problem.
Was this while you were in the waters off Vietnam? Or
Yes.
Yeah.
It was while we were in combat operations.
So the
It was on the Oriskany, Gulf of Tonkin. Refueler got last wire. Ship went into a turn. Result. Fishing boat crossing in front of Oriskany. So
they were doing that to screw with you guys.
Yeah, and we were in the Gulf.
Gulf of Tonkin. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So all right. So how long did you end up staying in the Navy? When did you get out?
Early 74.
So you were.
So in 68 to 74.
All right. And you don't regret a minute of it.
Not a minute. As a matter of fact, as I go on to as you know, we're close to Fort Gordon, Army base, training. Kills me to go on base. I miss it.
It's one of those things. It's like the camaraderie alone, just the feeling of belonging to a unit.
I love going on to base.
Yeah.
Sorry I left.
Yeah. There are times that I miss it and wish I'd stayed in longer myself. But there's also things that I have now, family-wise and all that I don't regret having either.
No. Life turned out good.
Mm-hmm.
VA is treating me extremely well.
Is this one of those pictures?
This is one
of those pictures.
This is one of those pictures.
It's one of those pictures. Okay.
This is one of those pictures. We don't have any. That's here. Oriskany.
Oriskany. That's the ship patch.
That's a ship patch. There you go.
Man. Well.
It was a great time. And all I can say is that, come on, the time that we've spent together was wonderful. You've stirred up a hornet's nest.
Sorry.
Oh, well, look at this. Haven't looked at this in 20 years. Here it is, and it's still a good memory. Here we go. What do we got?
We got, this is a picture from looks like a fighter doing a gun run.
That would have been probably an A3, but I'm not sure. It doesn't look like a Phantom.
No.
Doesn't look like the underside.
It looks like he's doing a gun run or a rocket run.
He's doing a rocket run on that.
And then you're trying your hand at photography in Hong Kong, right?
I'm trying Hong Kong.
Is that from a hotel?
That's from a side of a hill.
Side of a hill.
Side of a hill.
I was wondering if you were like
No hotels.
No hotels.
No hotels. Hotel. Hotel. These are the wrong pictures.
Hey, this is you with a rifle. What's up with this?
Can you imagine that?
The
in the Navy with a rifle.
Oh, what are you gonna do
I
with it?
I have no idea. No idea. I don't ever remember being given a rifle at any time.
But there's a picture of you with a rifle.
I know. I can't explain it.
The new Navy. It was the new Navy.
It was the Navy.
It was the new Navy.
It was the pirate Navy. What's this? Never mind.
Never mind. What is this? What is this?
It was nothing. Let's see.
It's you standing in front of some old barracks.
A school.
A school?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Going to Aviation Ordnance A School.
All right.
It's the date on the back. Oh. That's it. What do we got? Hong Kong. That's
Hong Kong?
That doesn't prove anything. That's just somebody made a rocket shot at a flare.
There's a fighter off in the distance there.
Okay, shooting at a flare off the ship.
All right.
But it's amazing that the aircraft. I think the highlight of this was, if we had another picture, you'd see that was Red Mountain.
Red Mountain wine.
A gallon of Red Mountain.
A gallon of Red Mountain. Doesn't look like there's a gallon left.
That gallon of Red Mountain on base. Obviously on base, and that's it.
Yeah.
In San Diego.
Man.
Oh. No.
No?
Wait. Oh, that's okay. I think. Let me see this.
There's some girls in there.
No.
No. No.
No. Don't know.
Don't know.
Wait. I might have been. Wait a second. Let me see. I'm sure I'm by myself in there, so yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. This guy's got a pimp mustache going on.
I don't think I was old enough to have a mustache at the time, so it's okay.
Do you remember what this was?
No, yeah, ship's
crew?
division company.
So this was Oriskany.
God, first time, probably. We're getting closer to the Red Mountain. That's
Yeah.
you're getting better to seeing it.
Yeah. All right. So
All right, so anyway,
that was the rockets or bombs. All right. So you actually had some awards you received. There was the.
you know what? I received a number of awards, but any award I received was probably for ship's company. I mean, it was just we all. But as you pointed out earlier, you said to me, "Where's the date?"
It's in it.
Yeah, sort of. We all got commendations, so we all got stars. We all got little marks on our ribbons.
Hangar deck crew.
There you go. It had to be Ranger. No, wait. Hangar deck crew.
Oriskany.
No,
That's
Oriskany. That's Oriskany.
For outstanding performance of duty while attached and serving in USS Oriskany CVA 34 as a member of the G Division hangar deck crew.
You know, that means I didn't get arrested while on leave
on
shore. Yeah. Because we had listen,
Airman Deevy.
Wait a second.
You weren't Seaman Deevy. You were Airman Deevy.
We had restrictions. We could only go off base till midnight. We had to be in uniform. Right?
It kept you out of a lot of trouble that way. At least they knew who you were.
Everybody knew who we were, but that just meant we had a paycheck.
That's
true. Right? I mean, but you had to go off in uniform. You had to be back at that time. You had to be back on the boat by midnight. They took muster. They knew when you didn't come back. As I found out on Christmas Day one year.
Okay. Share the Christmas Day story.
I had a couple times. Once I got caught after midnight, but I was with the senior guy in the division. Things went away because I was with him. To get me, they had to go through him, and they didn't do that. Then I think one Christmas Eve, I decided that I didn't need to go back. And I didn't. And that's probably why I don't have my good conduct medal.
The one thing.
Yeah, they asked me, I was up on the flight deck taking pictures. They said, "Yeah, you too?" I said, "Yeah, that's what I was doing." I said, "Okay, get out of here." That was the end of that.
Mm-hmm. You weren't up on the flight deck taking pictures.
I was on the flight deck taking pictures.
As far as I know.
Whatever. Prove different.
That's funny. All right, so what?
Look, this was a wonderful tour from 68 to 72. To 72 sometime. It was a wonderful thing. 2 tours in Vietnam. One is ship's company, one is air wing. Both totally different. One going over as an 18-year-old, and I hate to say it, but one going over as a 21-year-old. Completely different. You go over as an 18-year-old, they're telling you about cattle cars and everything else in the Philippines. You're going to a Longapo. They kill you. That's all I can tell you. You get your butt whooped. You learn. You go back over the second time, Completely different.
Have fun.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It's a lot of sea time. Probably no more than 30 days at a crack, as I recall.
I know you're so in port. How long were you in port?
I don't remember being in port any more than a week. But, I mean, it's hard to say.
But you'd sleep on the boat every night.
Yes. Yeah.
There was no.
No, you had to be back on the boat. I remember this, that on either cruise you could go on shore. They always had lockers off the boat that you could change your clothes and get into civvies. Right? And then change back and come back to the boat. But you had to be back at the boat at midnight, as far as I remember.
Was there any special port that you remember more than others? Being the best at the time?
Well, at 18, obviously, I fell in love with a longboat. It was pretty nice. As an 18-year-old, it was pretty interesting. Looking back...
Did it have anything to do with that?
That would have been Hong Kong, but yeah.
Along the same lines?
Along the same lines. It was, yeah. Yeah. We'll leave it at that.
Oh.
But it was just it was a life learning experience. And it wasn't bad. I wish my son had gone into the military. However, he's done well. He didn't, and he's done well. So
Yeah.
maybe it's just a general thought, generational. My father, his father, in the service.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, thank you so much for sharing with us and sharing this with me.
I appreciate everything you've...
Sharing the rum and the wine.
We're sharing?
Yeah.
Why's mine empty?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. There's a little bit left. Thank you. I appreciate everything you've done. This is so wonderful. You've stirred so many thoughts. You've brought back many memories. And I appreciate now more of what I've done in the past than I did before. And I wish I could be more encouraging to people about what the military offers now, but it's so far past what I did that it's hard to relate. It really is. As you know, I'm on a military base 3 times a week now. And I wish I could be part of it. But I have no connection.
Yeah.
None.
It's different now.
It's just past me.
Mm.
But it hurts because I would like to be part of it. But it's just so different.
Wow.
But they're doing what I did.
Yeah.
You did what you did.
Thank you so much for...
And everybody, be proud of what you've done.
Yep.
Right? I mean, that's all I can
Absolutely.
say. Be proud of what you've done.
Absolutely. No matter what your job was, it was important and you meant something.
Yeah. I mean, it's just crazy how it instills work ethic.
Mm-hmm. Well, it also teaches you how to work with people you're not used to being with. From different cultures, different walks of life, different areas of the country. It's a melting pot.
And here, you even mentioning that brings up my first thoughts of me as a Chicago suburban 18-year-old going into boot camp, meeting my first African American counterpart from the city of Chicago. A whole different topic.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just saying it was so different at the time, being 18, back in the 60s.
Yeah.
And yet I could show you pictures. I can't show you pictures, but how you all get to be one, and it's just amazing what happened.
Well, thank you for sharing part of your life with me and with us.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Thanks.